Hey guys, Bill Soriano here from Pittsburgh, and it is time for my weekly smart money Forex overview for the week starting September 5th, 2023. So this video, if you're watching it, this video is only available. These overview videos that I do every week on the weekend are only going to be available in my Forex Smart Money Supremacy group here. And in order to get access to this group, you do have to join me. Let me see here if I could show you. That's an irritating message that's been coming up on Facebook now for several months. I don't know why it comes up. I'm not blocked from doing anything on Facebook. I've done nothing wrong, but it just keeps coming up for some reason. I've looked online and it's just some kind of Facebook glitch that I guess they're working on. But anyway, I posted here in my free group earlier today. I'm trying to find where it is at. And I went over that in order to get access to my Forex Smart Money Concepts video training now, which is the overview video that I do every week. And also during the week, I'm going to be dropping the trade alerts into the group so that you'll be actually able to take the trades. I have enough data from the last 2 months that I'm confident in this strategy. I've been using it for years, but I only really documented it for the last 2 months, and I'll show you that. But you need to join me right here in this $25 offer in order to get access to my free Forex training. So my Forex training is not free, obviously. In order to get access to my Forex Smart Money Concepts training and the trade alerts that I'm going to give you during the week, you're going to need to join me in this $25 program right here. The reason for that is very simple. As I train people in Forex, they learn the strategy, then they get back to me and they say, Bill, the only problem is I don't have any money to actually fund my live trading account to start trading. So they have no money to trade Forex, and they don't have any money to take a funded challenge as well, because those cost anywhere from $200 to $300, $400, depending on what size account you're trying to get. So I came up with this concept that you have to, affiliate marketing is the easiest way I know to generate income right away. This company pays 80% commissions of up to $125 per sale. They're recurring every month as long as your customer stays a customer and makes their payment. So this is the easiest way I know of. You're going to get access to 4 proven sales funnels completely built for you. You're going to get the traffic sources to use and training on how to use them. You're going to have access to 7-figure marketers who share their marketing on live calls and actually answer your questions. And you're going to be able to earn 80% commissions of $125 a month, up to. Watch this video by my partner, Paul Turner from the UK. He's a great guy. He actually built these websites and shares them with his team. Actually, not even with his team, because this is an affiliate offer. It's not a network marketing company or a multi-level marketing company. It's just an affiliate offer, right? Pays 80% commission. So you're going to want to click this link, get the $25 offer. It's going to give you everything that you see up here, everything you need to start making some money, so that once you learn the Forex strategy that I teach you, you'll have some money to fund your trading account so that you can start trading Forex and make money. Or you could take a funded challenge and then pass it and trade with other people's money and keep 80% of commission. So today we're going to go over, with that being said, today we're going to go over the weekly outlook. So this, guys, is where I go through all 28 Forex pairs on my watch list. I identify the daily trend bias, because that's what we want to trade with. I then identify a 4-hour order block to trade from, going with that daily trend bias. We put an alert at a point of interest inside of that 4-hour order block. That's normally the open of the 4-hour candle that we're using to identify the order block, right? Sometimes, though, we do have to use a 1-hour candle to identify the point of interest inside of that 4-hour order block. That's where we set our alerts when price gets hit, right? That's where we set our alerts and wait for price to get hit. Now I'm going to show you how to use this free indicator that you'll be able to get on TradingView to help you identify these order blocks. If you're new to trading, works about 80% of the time for me. Sometimes I do pick a different order block other than the one it's given me. And these order blocks must meet 3 criteria. They must lead to a break of structure. They must have an engulfing candle right after the banker candle or 1 or 2 candles later. And they must cause imbalance. Now, if you don't understand these terms, then you need to register. You need to ask me for the link to register for my free 9-part Smart Money Concepts video series. I'll send you that link so you can understand these terms, right? Also, these order blocks must not have already been mitigated or touched. And then, of course, once that point of interest gets hit, we'll drop down a 15-minute chart, wait for our entry, which is the lower time frame flip. And I'm going to do some additional training videos on that as well and post them, again, only in this Smart Money Supremacy, Forex Smart Money Supremacy group here. Okay. So you can see I've already dropped in here the weekly trade recap from last week. This is just where we go over the trades from the week before. So this video will also be in my free group as well. And people will also be able to find this video, although when I was making the video, I mentioned it would only be available in this group. It will be available in the free group as well and on social media sites, because all this does is we're just going over the recaps, right? And I also show these journals that I have, right, for July and August. So, but this particular video will only be in this group here, that you have to get that $25 a month product to be able to access this group. Okay, so we're going to go through the charts. And remember, this strategy that I'm showing you right now, marking up these charts, waiting for the points of interest to get hit during the week, right? This is the strategy that I used here to get these results in July, right? 21 wins, 12 losses, a 30% gain on trading account had you taken all 33 of these trades, right? And then, of course, last month in August, we had 13 wins, 9 losses, and a 17% gain on our trading account. So these journals are available in the free group as well, because they don't teach you how to, they don't give you this, they're not giving you the alerts to take the trades, right? So let's get through these pairs. So we're going to mark these all up brand new. So we're going to get rid of any drawings that are on any of these pairs, right? And it looks like here that it just said the alerts are not going to be available here. So we'll just see what's going on here. Okay, so it looks like we're still able to set alerts, so I don't know what that really meant. Anyway, let's look at the daily chart first, and what do we see? We see price in a downtrend, right? Now, I put these moving averages on here to help those of you that are beginners to try to identify the trend. Sometimes it's helpful. This is the 13-day, the 62, and the 200. So obviously, you could see just by looking, this is in a downtrend. So we're going to go to the 4-hour chart. We're going to turn our indicator on here. This is the Smart Money Concepts Lux Algo indicator. It's available for free on TradingView right here. Just do a search for it and it'll pop up, and then add it, and then highlight the star there so that it stays in your favorite section in case you knock it off the chart. Okay, so if we turn this on, it's going to give us some order blocks to buy from, but we don't want to buy. We want to sell. Okay, so we're going to go further up, and we're going to try to find an order block that hasn't been hit yet. And so we're going to use this one right up here. So again, let me just look at this one more time on the daily. It's definitely in a downtrend, right? So on the 4-hour, we're going to identify this area up here. And sometimes I'll mark up a bigger area here. But when I put my point of interest, it's going to be this last up candle before this move down that breaks structure and creates imbalance. Now, there's not a lot of imbalance, but there is some. And this is where we're going to put this alert right here. And we're going to move on. We're going to go through all 28 pairs like this. So we're going to try to do it a little bit quicker or as quickly as we can here. First thing we want to do is remove all the drawings. We want to start with clean charts. You could see we're in a downtrend, right? Again, the indicator only wants to give us these buys. And the chart kind of looks just like the other chart as well. Now this area here has already been hit. So you got a break of structure was already mitigated and reacted off of. So this area has been hit as well. So we're going to have to go up higher here to here. Okay, so we're going to have to go all the way up to here at this point. Our point of interest is going to be right here, last up candle, the open of that last up candle before the down move. And then the other thing we want to do is, in case price continues further down, we want to set what I'll just call a break of structure alert right here. And so that's going to be a red line here. So I know that it's a break of structure alert and not a trade setup alert, so to speak. So if I get a break of structure here to the downside, then we'll be able to identify a closer area, a closer 4-hour area to trade from. Okay. Let's just move down here. Move the drawings here. So if we look at this, we can see this is still in an uptrend, right? We have like this flagging down, but it's still really in an uptrend on the daily chart. And so here on the 4-hour, it's giving us some order blocks here that we could possibly trade from here. This one's already been hit. So if we look at this one right here, we're going to mark up this one and we're going to use this last red candle right here as our point of interest. And that's where we'll set our alert. Okay, so again, guys, as these alerts get hit during the week, that's when I'll be dropping some actual trade alerts for you in this group so that you can actually, take the trades if you so choose to. Okay, let's go to the daily chart here, AUD, NZD. This one's a little bit harder to see which way the trend's going, right? So we could see the last clear trend was actually down, but then it made a few moves up here, right? So really, for this pair here, with where it's at right now, I'd like to see a break of structure here to either the downside, right? Or possibly to the upside here. So I'm just going to set these 2 break of structure alerts here for this pair. And I'm not going to be able to identify an order block right now for that. AUD USD, again, let's remove the drawings. Okay, so we can see this is kind of in a downtrend, right? It's kind of moving down. The moving averages are all down, right? So if you look on the 4-hour, it's giving us an order block to buy from. We don't want to do that. We have this sell order block, which already has been hit. So we're going to go one up. We're going to go up a little bit higher here to this one. And we're going to put our point of interest right at the open of that blue candle, which is considered our banker candle. And again, if you don't understand these terms, banker candle, we have an engulfing candle just barely right after it. We have some imbalance here. If you don't understand these terms, make sure you get with me today. I'll send you a link to register for my free 9-part Smart Money Concepts video series so that you can understand these terms, right? You'll get 1 video a day for 9 days. Let's continue on into the CAD pairs now. We got 3 CAD pairs to look at. To move our drawings here, we're definitely in a downtrend. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. It's only giving us these order blocks to buy from. Like I said, the indicator's right about 80% of the time, but it's also wrong a lot as well. If we're looking for an area to trade from, we really have to go all the way up to here because these areas have already been mitigated and prices already reacted on. So we'd have to identify this banker. The closest one would be this banker candle right here. This blue candle before this moved down. We have a big red engulfing candle after it. We have imbalance, right? So we're going to set our alert right there. Wait for price to hit that. Now let's go back to that because what we can do is we can also set a break of structure alert here to the downside in case price moves down further. Then we'll be able to identify a closer order block to trade from, right? So that's what that red line is for me. And, I'm sorry I'm moving fast here, but you can pause this video, rewind it, do whatever you want to do with it once it's posted in the group here or, so if we go to the daily, this is in a clear uptrend. We have this area right here that price hit. See, reacted off of it. This was, I don't know when it actually did that. It looks like it was maybe a couple weeks ago, right? So, but the point is to me that price has already hit that area, see, and reacted off of it. So now, we would need to go lower. So we kind of have this order block down here, which is really, really very big here. So it kind of encompasses that order block as well, which is good. But our point of interest is going to be down here at the open of that candle. Okay. So we'll be able to use this. And then, of course, we could also set a break of structure alert to the upside here. In case price continues upward. We're on CHF JPY. Let's remove our old drawings here. We're in an uptrend on the daily chart. We have this area down here, right? Okay, we kind of have this area marked up here. And we don't have an engulfing candle, but we do have some imbalance there. And we also do have a little bit of an engulfing candle right here. So, I don't have a problem really marking up this area right here for the alert. I'm just going to use the beginning of the area here. And so that's our alert for CHF JPY. Now we're going to move into the EUR pairs, right? So we're in an uptrend here on the daily chart. Okay, the 4-hour, the indicator is not giving us anything that we want to use, obviously. Price has not quite hit this area down here. So we can actually mark up this order block right here, which price is currently inside of, but it hasn't hit our point of interest line, which would be right here. So we can set our alert right there and move on to EURCAD. Okay, on the daily chart, we could see price appears to be moving up, right? You scroll out, you can see there was a pretty significant move to the downside here, which was trying to change trend, but then price popped right back up. Okay, so it looks like we have this order block still marked up here from last week. So we're going to leave that there, right? So that hasn't been hit. That alert inside of the order block hasn't been hit yet. So we're going to leave that there. And let's move on. Okay, we have a clear downtrend here. See, if we look at this 4-hour chart here, price already reacted off of this area. Let's remove all of our drawings here. We'd have to go up to this area up here now. So we have that banker candle right there. We have an engulfing after it. We have clear imbalance. That's the open of the candle. That's where we would put our alert. And again, we could also stick a break of structure alert down here, right? Just in case price closes below here, we'll be able to identify a closer order block to trade from. Let's see something here. We'll get rid of that. We go on the daily chart. We're in a downtrend here on EUR GBP. Look at the 4-hour. It's giving us this area here, which isn't valid because there's no break of structure. I don't consider that a break of structure. I would need a break of structure all the way down here. So we still have this order block here marked up from last week. We have a couple order blocks here. This would be a decisional one. This would be an extreme one. So we're going to leave those alone here for this week. EUR JPY here, obviously in an uptrend. We're going to remove our, we had invalid there. Let's get rid of our drawings here. This order block's been hit, okay? So this is already a trade opportunity right here, right? We got a break of structure to the upside, so that validates this order block right here. Price did not close below here on the 4-hour chart. So this area is still valid to us. And we also have another area a little bit lower here as well that we've kind of combined this in. So for next week here, we could already put a blue flag on this pair telling us that we're ready. We're already ready here to drop down to the 15-minute chart, right? And for some reason, our order blocks aren't showing up here. Drop down the 15-minute chart. Where our point of interest would be this candle right here. So that's where our actual alert would go. So we could see the prices come down. And although it closes below the order block on the 15-minute, it doesn't on the 4-hour, so it's still valid here. So this is a trade opportunity here. And, you know, we would need to get a break of structure here to the upside in order for us to be able to identify our lower time frame flip zone, which is our basically where to set our buy limit order at. So we'll wait for that to happen this week. So this area is already hit. So we're going to put a blue flag there so we know that we don't need to wait for an alert on this pair. We already got it, right? Looks like it got hit probably back on Thursday here, right? So we already got it. Okay, so let's go to EUR NZD. We could see we're in a clear uptrend here. Same thing here in EUR NZD. Price has already hit our 4-hour trade alert, right? And hit it on Friday. So we're going to put a blue flag here telling us that we're already ready to drop down to the 15-minute and see where we would need to get that break of structure. And I would say this would need to come all the way up to here before we can identify. We need to get this move up to here or close above here to give us that change of character or choke. And then we'd be able to identify our lower time frame flip zone and where to set our buy limit. Okay. Let's go to EURUSD, which is still in an uptrend. We have this order block here, looks like on the 4 hour that was already marked up and has not been hit yet. So we're going to leave that there, right? That alert is still valid. That alert's still on. So we're going to leave that alone. We're waiting for price to come down to here, right? Now, what's interesting here is we do get this break of structure to the upside, but I really don't like this zone here because it's already been invalidated. Okay. Close below this wick here. And then this area over here, I just don't like. I'm going to wait for price to come down to here. Let's get into the GBP pairs now. If you look on the daily, we see an uptrend on the daily chart here. And let's just remove all these drawings here so we don't get confused here. This area here, it's giving us this order block here, which isn't valid. That little break of structure right there isn't enough for me to validate that area. So, but I'm still working off of this area over here, which is a nice big engulfing candle here. So let me just show you what that looks like. And then we would have our alert set basically right here. So this has already been hit and reacted off of, okay? So what that means is we're going to drop down. Let's see here. This was already a trade, right, from last week. This was our trade from last week that I believe lost. Yeah, so this was a losing trade. So we're not going to play around with this area anymore, obviously. So we would want to come down to this next area here. Set our alert right here. Right? Now we can also get a move up here outside of this zone. We can get a break of structure to the upside here that would validate something a little bit closer. So we'll also put an alert there as well. And let's move on. Just see something. Give me 1 second. I had one of those, I have that Oofy there, those robotic vacuum cleaners, and it was just running around here in the kitchen making all kinds of noise. So let's see, we got the alert set down there. So GBP CAD, if we go to the daily here, we see this is in an uptrend. Again, let's remove our drawings here, drop down to the 4 hour. And again, it's giving us these areas here to trade from. I don't really like them. I'd like to come down a little bit further here. See this big engulfing candle after this red candle here. And lots of imbalance here. So this would be a logical area for price to come to and react. And that's where our alert would be set right there. So let's wait for that to happen. GBP CHF on the daily. We're going to be down. Obviously, the most recent bias is to the downside here. And so with that, if we look on the 4-hour, we still have this area up here that hasn't been hit. So let's see what this is, and the indicator is giving us this. And so we will set our, yeah, that's just not been hit yet. So it just missed it. So we have a good alert set there. And the GBP JPY, we've been bullish on this for a while. Again, if we look at the 4-hour, we have this alert set down here. So we didn't like this area here because we didn't have an engulfing candle, but we do have some imbalance down here. And price is already in this area. But again, do you really get a strong enough, is this really a good enough break of structure? Because you're still kind of in this consolidation here. So that's why we've selected this area down here. We really want price to push down a little bit lower here, right? We'd like to see price push down a little bit lower before looking to trade this, okay? We could also have price push higher, and then that would give us a new area to trade from as well. Let's get the GBP NZD. And on the daily chart, we're in an uptrend. This was our winning trade last week, I believe. It was our winning trade, our only one for the week. So let's see here, being in an uptrend now, we would have to, this area has already been hit. We acted off. Was that our winning trade or not? That was our winning trade, yes. We now need to identify an area lower here. And we have some areas in here. We have some candles here in this consolidation area here that we can use, right? And we're going to go with this one here in the middle because of the engulfing candle after it. We got some imbalance down there that it can come down to hit. And let's get the GBP USD on the daily chart. This one obviously still in an uptrend, right? Let's remove the drawings here, see what we're looking at. Can't trade from this area here. It's just giving us these areas to sell from, which we don't want to do. So we're going to have to go further over here, obviously. I'll have to look closer in this area here. I don't like these candles here. You can see big down candles, and the up candles, there's no engulfing. Same thing here. The last place you have it is right here. There's no imbalance. And so you have to go all the way kind of back to this area right here. And because you do have an engulfing after it and some imbalance because you don't have a break of structure yet. So you could see here, these candle touches here, they don't count because you have to get a break of structure first before you can have mitigation, right? Otherwise, there's no reason for them to go back there. So we're going to use that. So price has to come down, pretty far there. And then, of course, price could move up further too, but we're going to wait. We're going to try to get this down there. Let's go to the NZD pairs, NZD CAD. On the daily, we're in a downtrend. Right, we have this 4-hour area. Looks like it was hit. Price may have reacted off of that. So you see the price did hit it. And then we would need to get, in order to get our change of character, we would need to get a move down to here. Okay, so, we can mark this as a sell for the week. Our 4-hour area has already been hit, right? And we're going to look to sell this, right? Again, let's just double check our daily to make sure we are in a downtrend, and we are. So let's move on to NZD CHF again. In a clear downtrend. We have this area, this alert marked right up here that has not been hit yet. So we can leave that there. wait for price to hit that, and then we can drop down to the 15-minute to see where we need to go to get that change of character or choke. NZDJPY on the daily is still moving up. We have it flagging back down here nicely on the daily. On the 4-hour chart, we have a point of interest down here that was we obviously must have gotten this from the 1-hour chart, I would imagine, because that's come over all the way over here. If we look at this, you know, we could see these couple candles right here that we were probably using for that. So that's fine. So we still have, we have this 4-hour area. It looks like that the alert is no longer on. Oh, the alert's on right here. Okay. So we need price to come down a little bit here before we can look to trade this back to the upside. NZD, USD, again, we're in a downtrend on this. This one's on a downtrend. So we said NZD, JPY was in an uptrend. NZD, USD, the bias is kind of down on that. Okay, so we were waiting for this. We had this break of structure we were waiting for. So let's just remove the drawings again. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. We have this area here marked up that hasn't been hit. So we don't have an alert set though here. So let's put our alert there at the open of that banker candle. That's the blue candle there. See that? The last up candle before the move down that creates a break of structure and leaves in balance. And also the candle after the banker candle is a nice engulfing candle. See? So that's a nice area to put. That's a logical area for price to come to before it reacts back down to the downside. And again, that's because the daily bias is down. Right? Daily bias is down. USD CAD. So USD CAD right now, the daily bias seems to be bullish. Okay. We had this move down. We got this break of structure here, another break of structure. So we're kind of bullish right now. It looks like this area has been hit. Let's remove all the drawings here so we can start fresh here. What's it giving us here? So it's giving us this order block here, but there's no break of structure there. So if we're going to go bullish here, we have to come a little bit further down. This has already been hit and reacted off of. Okay. So we would have to come down to the next level, which would be right here. And we would set our alert right there. Right? And then, of course, we could also set an alert to the upside. And that would enable us to trade, to just get a closer order block if we can get that break of structure to the upside. Okay, we only have 2 more left here. USD CHF. On the daily, we appear to be, we are definitely bearish, right? Definitely bearish on the daily. It looks like we have an order block already marked up here to trade from. It's further up here, obviously, right in this area here. Right, we have a nice engulfing candle after the banker candle, and we have clear imbalance and a break of structure. So that's obviously a good area to trade from. We'll wait for price to hit that. And USD JPY on the daily, we're looking at a clear bullish trend. Now on the 4-hour, this area was already hit and reacted off it, as you can see, right? Drop down to the 15-minute. you could see the price hit it. And so what's interesting is here, we have a trade set up right now because we do have a change of character right here. To me, the clear change of character comes right here when price moves up above here. Now, the indicator is giving us this order block right here, which to trade from. Okay, but I don't like it. It's not the right area. The actual area to trade from would be down here, but I don't like anything down here either. We're not going to trade off of this big giant red candle here. So we're just going to skip this pair. And what I'm actually going to do here is, yeah, we're just going to skip this pair. I'm going to set a break of structure alert here to the upside to see if that'll enable me to identify another area to trade from maybe next week. But right now, I don't like anything with this on the 15-minute. I don't like these lower time frame flip zones here. I don't like the candles, so they're not very valid for me, right? Again, I want a smaller red candle, and then I need an engulfing blue candle right after it, hopefully. I don't have that here, right? The indicator wants to give me this area here because we have all this imbalance here, but I really don't like it, okay? I'm going to tell you what we're going to do here, though. We're gonna just play devil's advocate. We're going to say, okay, let's say the indicator, maybe it has a point. So let's look to buy this. And it would have us put our buy limit right there. Our stop loss would have to go all the way down here, which would be 82 pips away. Okay. Anytime. I mean, really, the most I'd like to see on stop loss is 40 pips at the most. And that's only these bigger pairs here that move a lot during the day, like USD JPY, GBP NZD, GBP JPY, most of the GBP pairs, and definitely this USD JPY pair. But this is just too much of a stop loss for me. Yeah. So this is why I just don't like anything here. So I'm just going to put a little note here just so I know. I don't like anything. Don't like anything. Right? And that way I'll know that's why I don't have anything set up here if I come to this later on in the week and look at it. Right? So let's just take that flag off of there. So this last pair here is gold. And I don't usually do gold, but let me just, if we can just remove the drawings here. Let's just see what it looks like since I have it on here. Again, if I was to look at the daily for gold, it appears to be in an uptrend, the daily bias here. It's kind of moving up. But we have a clear break of structure right here to the downside, right? And then we have this pullback, and we have another break of structure to the downside. Then we have another pullback, and we have what appears to be a third break of structure to the downside. So even though my moving averages and looking at this chart's kind of telling me that it's bullish, if I have to go with the daily bias, the bias takes into account more of the what's happening now, right? More of the short term instead of long term. And if I would have to do that, then I would have to look to sell this. Okay. And really, if I drop down to the 4-hour chart, the only logical area for me, right? This area has already been hit. The next logical area would be obviously right here. but that's kind of blending in with this, and I have this big engulfing candle here. So I'm going to take like this whole area as the zone, and I'm going to use this candle right here for my point of interest, which is about almost midway through that zone here. And so if I were looking to trade gold here, or XAU USD here, I would need it to come up to here first, and then I would look to trade it down, after I drop down to the 15-minute and get my confirmation. So we're going to set that alert right there. So there you have it, guys. We've gone through all 28 pairs, actually 29 because I added gold there. We identified the daily trend bias. We highlighted an order block, a 4-hour order block. On most of them, there were a couple we couldn't. We set our point of interest inside of that 4-hour order block. There were also a couple where we set some break of structure alerts so that if they go off during the week, we can identify a new order block or a closer order block. We used the free indicator, but it didn't work too well this week, to be honest with you. But there was some cases where it worked, but some cases most cases this week it just didn't line up for me. The order blocks must meet 3 criteria. They lead to break of structure. There's an engulfing candle after a banker candle. They cause imbalance. They leave imbalance. They were not already mitigated or touched. So again, if you don't understand these terms, make sure you get with me today. I'll send you a link to register for my free 9-part Smart Money Concepts video series so you can understand all these terms. So you're getting access to this video today only if you're in my Forex Smart Money Supremacy group. So actually there are only about, right now, because I just started this in September, there's only about 4 or 5, maybe 6 of you that have access to this video right now. And some of you may not have accepted your invite to get into the group yet. But if you're watching this video, then you did. You did eventually do that. So this particular video that I do every weekend will only be available in this group. It's going to be on YouTube, but it's going to be unlisted. It won't be posted on social media sites. It will only be available to people in this group to watch. And during the week, as these trade alerts go off, right? And I'm going to drop down to the 15-minute, look for that change of character. Once I get it, I'm going to drop the actual entry point for you in this group, okay? Now remember, guys, not all the trades win, right? Here's all results for the month of August. 13 wins, 9 losses, 22 trades. 17% gain on our account. That's because all of our trades are 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio trades. We risk 1% to get 2%. So if we're risking 15 pips, we get out at 30. If we're risking 40, we get out at 80. They're all the same. This allows us to lose 2 out of 3 trades, which we did last week, and still break even. We only have to win 40%, about 40% of our trades, 4 out of 10 or 2 out of 5 to earn a profit, right? 4 out of 10 trades. If we win just 4 out of 10 trades with the 2 to 1, a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, right? We'd make 2% for the week or 2%, whatever time period that was that those 10 trades went on. So keep in mind, not all the trades win. I don't know how you're going to look at this group. I don't know when you're going to get to it. I don't know how much time and effort you're going to put into it. If you're going to be able to take all the trades that show up or just a couple of them. If you just take 2 of these 22 trades this month, you may have gotten 2 of the 9 losses. I don't know. The only thing I can show you is if you've taken all 22 trades that presented themselves this month, you would have won 13 and had a 17% gain on your account. That's all I know for certain, guys. That's it. Okay, so this is Bill Soriano from Pittsburgh. Have a great weekend, guys, and have a great week trading Forex.